Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. And today we are going to talk about the history of the prehistoric age. Now we'll cover topics like what is prehistoric age, what type of prehistoric ages are there, how long did it last for, and also we'll see how this period came to an end. So let's begin. First of all, we can divide the prehistoric age into three parts, which are Paleolithic age, Mesolithic age, and Neolithic age, and we can divide these ages according to the technology that was used by humans during these periods. The longest period among these three is the Paleolithic age, and the shortest period is the Neolithic age. So first of all, we'll talk about the Paleolithic age. Now, the word Paleolithic has been derived from Greek words, that is paleos, which means old, and lithos, which means stone. So the Paleolithic age is also known as the Old Stone Age. This age lasted for a very long period of time, about 2.6 million years to 12,000 years ago. During this age, humans used crude stone tools for hunting animals and gathering food. They used to make their weapons with stones because at that time metal was not discovered yet. Paleolithic is further divided into three parts: Lower Paleolithic, Middle Paleolithic, and Upper Paleolithic. In the Lower Paleolithic period, the first human species called Homo habilis started to live. These were the first humans who started to use crude stone tools. It is said that they used to live in groups or clans. They used to have a patriarchal family system. That means the oldest male was the head of the group. Also, they used to perform the funeral rite. By this I mean that when one of the members of the group died, they used to bury him along with his belongings. Some of the fossils of Homo habilis have been found in Africa and India. The next species of humans in the Lower Paleolithic age is Homo erectus. He is also known as the handyman. He learned to control the fire, and he was the first human to migrate outside Africa. In fact, some of his fossils have been found in Indonesia, China, Vietnam, and Georgia. Apart from hunting and gathering, he knew how to make shelters for himself. Also, he started settling near rivers and lakes because there he could get enough food to eat. Now, coming to the Middle Paleolithic age, in this period, the climate started getting colder and the ice sheets started to grow. Due to this, most of the species of animals and plants became extinct, but few species survived. One of the species of human during this time was Homo neanderthalensis. They had a big brain and a strong body, so they could survive in cold areas. They buried their dead, so they must have some sort of belief in the soul. These were the strongest humans that ever lived on Earth. Unfortunately, they became extinct due to some reasons, which I will tell you later. Coming to the Upper Paleolithic age, the weather started getting warmer again, and this led to the melting of ice sheets. This resulted in the rising of sea level, and this in turn changed the coastlines. The species of humans during this time was Homo sapiens. We, the modern humans, belong to this species. We learned to make small tools with new techniques. Also, we made beautiful cave paintings on cave walls. We also learned to domesticate dogs, and we started living in groups. So this was all about the Paleolithic age. Now let's talk about the Mesolithic age. This is also known as the Middle Stone Age. This age lasted from 12,000 to 8,000 years ago. In this period, humans used small stone tools. In India, this age is also called the Microlithic age because the tools that were used during this age were very small in size. The Mesolithic people lived by hunting and gathering food. They also domesticated animals like sheep and goat, and they also learned to grow crops. For example, wheat, barley, and lentils. They also kept bees for honey, and they used to live in huts. The Mesolithic age ended when humans started to domesticate animals and started to grow crops. Now let's talk about the Neolithic age. This age is also called the New Stone Age. This age lasted from 8000 BC to 4000 BC. The Neolithic people lived by practicing agriculture. That means they used to grow food. Also, they domesticated animals like cows, buffaloes, pigs, and chickens. They kept animals for two purposes. First of all, they used their milk, and secondly, they used their hides to make clothes and shelter. They used to live in villages. They also built the first cities in this period. They made very advanced tools out of metals like copper and bronze. They also knew how to make ornaments out of shells and bones. They also kept improving their weapons so that they could hunt big animals. During this time, humans learned pottery. They also raised big platforms to perform religious ceremonies. There is evidence that humans in this period kept slaves. Also, the concept of God started to come into existence during this time. The Neolithic Age ended around 4000 BC when humans started using iron tools. Now we'll talk about the characteristics of the Prehistoric Age. First of all, this was the longest period in the history of mankind. This age started when humans evolved on Earth and ended when humans started using iron tools. During this period, humans learned to control the fire. They also learned to make weapons. They also learned to settle in one place and make shelters for themselves. They also learned to practice agriculture after the end of the Mesolithic Age. Humans learned to make better tools. They learned to make ornaments, jewelry, and pottery. Humans also started to believe in gods and goddesses. Now we'll talk about the end of the Prehistoric Age. As I told you earlier, the Prehistoric Age ended when humans started using iron tools. Around 4000 BC, humans started using copper tools, and about 3000 BC, humans started using bronze tools, but these were not widely used until 1200 BC. After 1200 BC, humans started using iron tools, so the Bronze Age ended around 1200 BC. And this marked the beginning of the Historic Age. There are many theories about why the Neanderthals became extinct. According to the first theory, the modern humans killed them. According to another theory, the Neanderthals had a smaller brain than the modern humans. According to the third theory, the weather at that time was very cold and the Neanderthals were unable to bear the cold weather. According to the fourth theory, the Neanderthals were affected by some kind of disease. According to the fifth theory, the Neanderthals could not compete with modern humans because they had a small brain and less intelligence. According to the sixth theory, the Neanderthals could not adapt to the changing environment. Now let's see why the Neolithic Age ended. The Neolithic Age ended around 4000 BC because humans discovered how to smelt iron ore and make iron tools. The advantage of iron tools over the stone tools was that the iron tools could last longer and were stronger. With the help of iron tools, humans could cut down big trees easily. Also, they could clear the fields very quickly with the help of iron tools. Now let's see how the Prehistoric Age is connected with the ancient history of India. Let me tell you that the Prehistoric Age started 2.6 million years ago, and the ancient history of India started in 3300 BC. So there is a gap of about 2.5 million years between the Prehistoric Age and the ancient history of India. In the Prehistoric Age, humans did not have a king or a state or a kingdom, but in ancient history we have records of the first kingdom that was established in the Indian subcontinent. The name of this kingdom was the Kingdom of Sindhu, also known as the Indus Valley Civilization. I hope you liked this video. If you really liked it, then press the like button and share it with your friends. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next video.